Welcome back to Relationships, Romance, and Propaganda, where we expose the truth and broadcast the lies every Monday, right?
Every Monday.
As you know, we shoot once a month, so usually when a month has gone by, so much crazy stuff has happened, so it's always fun listening to all the good stories. So we're going to share some stories with you guys today. I am film director Imani Shakur. This is the beautiful Rachel K. Burke. You know what though? Compliments is not her love language, so I always forget. I can't say that. Beautiful.
One's okay.
she always says it every show, guys. One is okay.
Yeah, not my love language.
Anyway, she's an actress, author. These are her amazing books. Rachel K. Burke, Love Bites. Google it.
I'm a cynic.
Then the other one is Sound Bites, a rock and roll love story.
Yep.
There it is. And we are the sexiest relationship podcast in the galaxy.
In the galaxy. We've established that.
Last time she was getting on me, guys, about saying the planet, the universe, the galaxy.
Yeah, it started as like the planet, then it was the universe. Every time it went up.
It goes up, it goes up. Anyway, guys, we talk about everything: sex, love, marriage, friendship, dating, everything in between. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. And to all of our listeners on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, you know who you are, all the cell phone apps. Thanks again. You know what's funny? I always felt funny about saying that because we're on every platform, but I was just watching No Jumper, and he thanked all of his streamers. I said, okay, it is cool to do that.
So, like,
you know what I mean?
Funny thing is, I don't actually listen to podcasts. So when I tell people I do, it's like, oh, what do you listen to? I'm like, oh, actually, myself.
Right.
I don't actually listen to them.
Right.
Except, like, I've heard part of Aubrey Marcus's. But yeah, I'm not a big podcast listener because I like to listen to music.
Right.
So it's interesting.
Yes, I listen to both.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's where we are. rptalktruth@gmail.com. Again, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. And did I leave anything else? Oh, today's episode is brought to you by CBD Organicoasis. If you like good CBD with real THC in it, the link is in the description. You know, they help pay for some of this stuff. And what else? Is that the last shameless plug? What else we got?
I think so.
I think so.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Rachel, what are we going to talk about today? We're talking about what is good sex.
Yeah, what makes someone good in bed?
What does good sex consist of, people?
Because I honestly don't know what, and I said this to him before we started shooting. I said, let's talk about that because I honestly don't know what makes a woman good in bed. I've actually never asked a guy that because one of our previous episodes, you were like, not many women are good in bed. And I said, well, what makes them good in bed? And you were like, we'll talk about that another time. And I was like, I want to know. You like left me hanging, and so I want to know.
So today we're going to talk about it. So all of you listeners, if you watch us, you listen, you're going to find out today what men think good sex is and what women think good sex is.
Yeah.
Because I think men kind of know what you guys think good sex is, but maybe let me get my pen ready because I might be taking some notes. Sometimes
I don't know.
We don't know.
So
guys, listen close. Take notes today. I know I'm going to be taking notes today.
Yeah.
So anyway, you want to go first, Rach? You want to jump it off?
Sure. Yeah.
So what's the question?
Because I'm like writing down stuff that I want to say before I forget.
Right.
So I think for women, it's not so much about like, how many positions you do or this and that. Like what makes a man good in bed, I mean, first and foremost is they got to be able to stay hard.
Okay.
But also last.
Okay.
Because like nothing was more disappointing than like my rebound sex a couple years ago, and he was the like most beautiful man I'd ever seen, and I just got out of a shit relationship, and I was like so excited, right? Like yes, this is it. We went on a trip together, and about 10 seconds into it, he said, "We got to stop." And I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean we got to stop?" He said, "I need to rest." He worded it really weird, and I was like, "What do you mean you need to rest?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, because you can't last?" And he's like, yeah. He goes, after I turned 35, for some reason, I can't last anymore.
What the what?
It was so disappointing because it's like every time I would get close, he would have to stop. And then I would get close again, and then he would have to stop.
Interesting.
It was terrible because he couldn't last. So he couldn't get me off, obviously, because he couldn't even, I think last more than, I'm not even kidding, like 30 seconds probably.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a big thing.
Okay, so put a pin in that just for 1 sec.
Okay.
just so I could tell the guys at home how to last.
Okay. Maserati sports car rolling down Hollywood Boulevard.
All right, guys. Yes.
That's what you think about. Yeah.
So, guys, there's a few techniques to lasting in bed when you run into this problem. The first thing is just be relaxed. That's the first thing. A lot of guys get over tense and they get the anxiety and, oh my gosh, she's so hot, and what does she think about this and that, and they get inside their head.
Yep.
And our erection is very mental.
Yep.
It's strictly mental. That's what causes the blood flow. It's mental. Another thing is, so that you guys don't feel that bad, is that sex was made for procreation first. It only feels good because, you know, as spiritual beings, we want to make sure we perpetuated bodies, right? That's why sex feels good.
Okay.
If sex did not feel good, we wouldn't be here. So scientifically, biologically, once you ejaculate, we automatically retract everything. We don't want to be around anymore because we've implanted a sperm that could possibly procreate.
Right.
So for you to get over that, you have to really be smart and practice. So don't feel bad that you ejaculate and you do it quickly, because you're really supposed to just procreate. It only feels good to make sure we have kids.
Okay.
Now I went deep a little bit. Now let's go back to have some fun, right?
Okay.
So here's one technique to lasting when you, especially if you're in bed with Rach. Guys at home, practice the big draw. Okay, you even can do this with your lady. Look it up. It's called the big draw, where you go 9, deep, 1 shallow. You know what I'm saying?
No.
9 deep, 1 shallow.
What does that mean?
And you practice, and you'll work up to the point to where you can get to a point to where you can hold it in without thinking about it. And you have to clench your okay, so
is it like Kegel muscles but for guys?
Exactly. So if you're urinating, right?
Yeah.
And whatever you use to stop yourself from peeing, do that when you're doing the big draw.
Yeah.
When you feel like you're gonna come, withdraw. Guys, I'm telling you, practice it. It works. Look it up if you don't believe me. Just Google the big draw for men.
Okay.
That's all you have to do.
Okay.
Another technique is don't pay attention. I know for me, I'm visual. We talked about this.
Yeah.
So if everything about her is turning you on, everything for us is mental. We're gonna want to come a lot faster, right? So just think about other stuff. Don't tell her you're thinking about other stuff, but think about other stuff.
Right.
Well,
I'm thinking about other stuff too. I mean,
Right.
we talked about
Yeah,
that. We're all thinking about different things during sex.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get there. They're trying to not get there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because we will usually come a lot faster than a woman. You have to practice not coming to give her a chance to come.
Yeah.
So think about other things. Practice the big draw. Get out of your head and just relax. And if you do that, you'll have some success.
Right. Okay.
That's what I have to say. I mean, I'm actually to the point to where a woman has to tell me when she's ready for me to come. So just when you want me to come, just let me know.
I know, and that's amazing.
Until then, we can just keep going.
Yeah, I only had one guy in my whole life that I was with that we could come at the same time. And obviously it was him, because he knew when I was about to go. And so we would go at the same time every time. And it was amazing. I've never had that since.
Yeah.
When I was like 21, I'm like, man, I miss that.
Yeah. You have to be able to, just trust me, practice it. Leave your comments. Let us know. Okay, Rach, continue. Sorry, I just want to talk about the last thing real quick. Just give some pointers.
Well, to your point about mental too, because staying hard is mental. So obviously guys can go soft.
Really easy.
Mental as well.
Getting our heads, yep.
So I've had that problem before where, I had a guy I was sleeping on and off with for like years. But when we first slept together, he had just got out of a breakup and he could not stay hard. And I was like, what's going on? And he was so embarrassed, because he was like, this never happens. But once time went on and he was over the breakup, he could stay hard. So it was such a mental thing, but it killed the sex, because we'd start off so hot and then he just he couldn't last.
Yeah.
And then I mentioned before the other guy too, who felt like mentally that I went somewhere else and he couldn't stay hard because it freaked him out.
Right.
So that kind of kills the sex too.
Yeah.
But I think as far as a guy being good in bed, it's not so much about like he did these crazy positions or anything like that. I think for me, a lot of it is stamina is usually good, right? Like I've had the guys that they can finish and they can go like 3 times in a row.
Right.
And that's amazing to me because I'm like, oh my God, they can go again.
Right.
It's great.
Right.
Like that's really interesting. I think another thing that makes guys good in bed, I think a lot of women like the guys who are like the dominating presence, right? So I think that's why, going back to like 50 Shades of Grey and all of that, I think that's why that was a big hit.
So dominance.
Yeah.
Last thing,
if a guy takes charge, he's kind of flipping you around. He's not just like laying there.
Like that.
Yeah.
More times than not, women have told me that.
Yeah. And I think that's, even if they don't say it, I think that's why 50 Shades of Grey was such a bestseller. Because women, I think secretly, even if they're not maybe saying it to their partner, I think they secretly want that guy who's just going to come in and like take charge and be like a dominating lover. So
guys, you listening? Take charge.
Yeah.
When she comes home, just grab her and pull her in the room. Don't even say nothing. You know what I mean? Just grab her, throw her on the bed, and just just rip the underwear off. She'll be like, "Oh my God, what just happened?"
But last thing I'm gonna say, and this is my personal preference, and a lot of guys don't do this. I actually love. So my favorite sex is morning sex, and a lot of guys cannot have morning sex.
And I don't like morning sex.
Yes, so many guys don't. It drives me bananas because that's when I'm like the most comfortable and I'm the most turned on. Honestly, like I wake up horny at night. I'm kind of over it. Like I'm ready for bed, but. Like the last 2 guys I dated, they were like, I hate to tell you this, but I'm not into morning sex, and I could tell it because they
feel bad anymore. Thank God.
No, because a lot of men, I think they wake up and they're like ready, like they're thinking about their day. You know what I mean? You guys are like, gotta go to the gym, gotta go to work. Yeah, but my favorite is just like honestly like slow sex. Okay. Like I don't want no crazy. I want like slow, sensual. Like that's why I think morning is nice because you're already in bed, you're already comfortable. So that's actually my favorite kind of sex. So if a guy can just like chill,
it's funny to talk about morning sex real quick. One of the reasons why I don't like it is the first thing you said. You're absolutely right. I have a routine. I just want to get on my day.
The routine. It's always the guys in the routine.
I know you're looking hot in the morning and everything, and you want some sausage, but I ain't delivering. You know what I'm saying? No, I will though. So here's the thing.
Sad.
One of the second reason why I don't like morning sex is because when I have sex with someone, I'm into it, and that's a lot of work for me to do, like right in the morning.
No, it's not.
That's not the first thing I want to do.
But you're already there.
I know.
You're already there. You're already in bed. You're comfortable.
I do have a compromise though.
Okay.
If she wants to get on top, and make some happen, I'm all for it.
Yeah, that's the only way I can get off. So yeah, absolutely. I'm like, I just need you to stay here.
Messages while she does her thing. Go ahead, babe. Hey, so listen about the movie. I'm just kidding.
No, I'd kill you.
No, but yeah, so that's why I don't like it. I just don't like the.
Because you're still kind of half asleep. It's like, it's just easy.
Do that, man.
I know, you're like, I want to go to the gym.
Yeah. I want to start my emails.
Like my ex.
That.
Like, you just want to get up and go to the gym.
Right. And it's so funny what you said about the hard sex, whatever. So I dated this really famous actress. I won't say her name.
Name dropper.
I did. And we used to have sex every fucking day. And I tried that slow shit with her, and she literally stopped me and was like, "Whoa, wait, no, I want you to fuck me."
Yeah.
I go, "Oh, that's all you have to say."
Well, if I'm drunk,
you know what I'm saying,
and I can't get off when I drink, right? Because it just kind of numbs the sensations. So if I'm drunk, then I want it crazy. I'll dirty talk, all of that, because I know I can't get off. Yeah. But if it's like the morning, I'm sober, or just anytime and I'm sober, I like it like nice and slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
like the Usher song.
Yeah. So if you guys are listening, good sex for Rach.
Yeah.
And probably a lot of women, and she likes it slow.
Yeah.
In the morning, she wants you to take charge. She wants dominance. She wants you to be able to last. Those are the elements of
you don't have to take charge in the morning. If we're doing it slow, it's fine. We can just roll over and it's easy. Yeah. But I think that's like the later on in the day sex.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Well, shoot. A lot of the lazy guys are like you. I'm the type.
I want the lazy lover.
Because I'm the type. I'm putting in work, man. I'm sweating. You know what I'm saying? But dude, if I had sex with somebody who just likes it slow and go, shit, we can do that all day.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to mix it up, but that's my ideal.
I got you. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Mix
but once I get off, then I'm like, okay, whatever you want. You want to go crazy? We'll go crazy.
I got you. Yeah. Once you've gotten yours,
to
then
ease into
let
it.
him do what. So okay. So let me ask you a question. Do you think these elements you're describing, do you think this is what it is for most women? Do you and your friends share some of these same sentiments about sex?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because I could tell you in a minute what guys think good sex is and what we all talk about. And
yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Because I feel like women we don't get into like the details.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I slept with him. It was good, or we had fun, or we don't get like too into the details.
Right.
I mean, I imagine everybody is probably different. I think some women want the crazy sex.
Like what's her name wanted me to just fuck all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And some women don't want morning sex.
Right, at all.
Yeah, I actually remember my mom saying that she dated a guy, and she's like, "Oh God, he always want to have sex in the morning. He has like bad breath, and it like grossed her out."
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think everybody has different needs, and I think it depends on different things for everybody.
Yeah.
Like their preferences, but definitely for everybody, obviously you have to stay hard and you have to last. I mean, that's like common sense.
Yeah, that's not, yeah. To me, that's like pretty universal.
Yeah.
Staying hard and lasting a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it takes a woman a little longer to connect with that orgasm and have a good time and stuff like that.
And I think that's why I kind of like the slow, because I can get in my head, you know what I mean? And just be relaxed and not like, because if, like otherwise if it's like fast and middle of the day, I feel like, oh God, I have to rush and I have to get off because, he's got somewhere to be or something, Yeah, he's got to go to the gym.
He has to go to the gym. Well, good sex for guys, to me, there's like a few different aspects to it. To me, first of all, you got to be wet. You can't be dry. That's first of all.
I think that's the equivalent to the male getting hard.
Right. You gotta be a little moist. You know what I mean? You can't.
Grossest word ever, moist.
What's wrong with moist?
It's like
you like moist better than wet?
There was a no.
You like wet better than moist?
Yeah, there was a vote that like moist is like the most hated word in the English language. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Gross.
Well, wet. I take that back, listeners. Wet. First of all, you got to be wet. Then you have to like engage. Sex is symbiotic. You can't. I hate the women that they basically just lay there.
Oh yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Dead bed.
Yeah, that's a good term. Dead bed. Ladies, you have to engage.
Yeah.
To me, that's the second thing.
Because some guys have done that too. Like if I'm on top, they just kind of lay there. But the best I remember, like I was on top and I was about to come, and then the guy just kind of met me, and so it increased the sensation.
Right.
But most guys just kind of let me grind on them, and they put in no effort. So yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's symbiotic. So men like women that engage sexually, and like be into it. Have like a little like some rhythm. Know how to move too.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than having sex with a woman that doesn't know how to move.
It'd be a good test. Take them dancing before you sleep with them. They got 2 left feet. Mm-mm.
Yeah, don't know how to move. No rhythm in bed. Like no sense of motion. No, don't move your back. Move your hips.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we think good sex is. Like, know how to move.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's key, man.
So if you're on top, you want her like hips kind of meeting you, right?
Yeah.
Or like doggy style, kind of going back.
And you know what? Even if I'm on top and her hips aren't meeting me, if I could tell she's still engaged, whether it be with what she's saying, how she's rubbing me, and all that kind of stuff,
or like moaning, like if she's loud, maybe.
She doesn't have to be loud, but even if a woman is silent, you can tell if she's engaged in the moment. So even if she's silent and she's not throwing it back, as we say, she could be doing other things to let you know that she's into it. That's what good sex is.
It sounds like people you're talking about maybe just haven't been like that into it, like maybe not very sexual. Because I feel like you can tell if somebody's into it, Yeah,
I know. That's what I'm saying. So if people are like that, that's what we consider bad sex.
Right.
And some women just don't know. And no one's ever told them, like, this isn't how you have sex. Like,
I think it's something that's just built into you.
Hey, I've been with some, not many, that don't know what the hell they're doing.
Right.
Like I told you.
But they're probably just not
I mean?
very sexual people. Because it's almost like dancing. Like if you feel the music, you can dance. You know what I mean? You don't have to take dance lessons. So I feel like it's kind of the same way with sex. Like if you're into the sex, you don't need lessons. You know, if you're into it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I recently met this girl, and I don't know about you. Well, I told her that I would mention it, but not her name.
Okay.
So with her, sex is crazy because you could have sex with her for 45 minutes straight, nonstop.
Yeah.
Which is above average. People ain't having sex for an hour.
Yeah, that's a long time.
It's a long time.
Guys, women don't want to have sex for 45 minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
I think like 20 is good.
Yeah. This girl though, that she wants to have sex 45 minutes straight.
Unless like you're on ecstasy then.
You stop, and 5 minutes later, she's ready to go again.
Yeah, some guys are like that too.
She's like, "You ready to go again?" I'm like, "Excuse me?"
Yeah,
what are you talking about? I'm like, I've never been with someone like you before. And the interesting thing about this woman, she's 37. She had sex for the first time at 33. And the reason is
for the first time?
Yes, and the reason is
well, that's why.
The reason is it was a religious thing.
Yeah.
It was like this whole Christian thing, and she just went against it. She's only been with 4 people, not including me, so I'm number 5.
Okay.
And you can totally tell. I mean, this woman is not lying, and she just wants to fuck all night long.
Yeah.
Like.
No, I get that. Like, remember I told you, like, the young guy that I just boned because I didn't have sex for 8 months. So he went 3 times in a row, and I was like, yes, because I had, like, 8 months, built up. But also, like, my ex, when we first started, or actually, no, probably, like, the whole time, I think because he was in a sexless marriage for so long, he could go 3 times in a row, and it was great. But sometimes by the 3rd time, I was like, do you just want a BJ? Like, because he was really big, and you get sore. You know, like, the 3rd time, I'm like, okay, like, we're just going to do something else here. I don't think I can handle a 3rd time. Like, not in that, because that's how he was. Yeah, it was like a 10-minute break, and then he wanted to go, and I'm like, again?
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Yes. But which is good. I mean, I like it because like there's definitely a lot of sexual energy there. But just as a woman, sometimes you get sore.
Yeah, I like her sexual energy. I like she's into it. Like the last time I was trying to like stand up with her, and she was like, "I've never done that before." No. Like,
oh yeah.
Like I mean, this girl is really green.
Yeah.
But the sex is great though.
Because she has 33 years of built up hormones.
That's what it feels like.
Right.
Exactly. 33 years of built up. Like, why in the hell wasn't I doing this before?
Yeah.
What it is like every time.
Well, my friend who's in the open marriage has a new girlfriend that he met on an app, and so like same, she was kind of in a sexless marriage for a long time and found out her husband had been cheating on her. Mm-hmm. So she went on that app like for people who are either in open relationships or exploring their sexuality. And he was like, she wants to do all this crazy stuff because she never did it. Like she's literally hidden her sexual peak. I think like 37. I think she's about that age. Yeah. Maybe it's the same girl.
A lot of women say that too, that they reach their sexual peak at around that age.
They actually say women, I think it's like 40s or something. Mm-hmm. And men, it's like 18.
No, it's funny. I will say, having sex in my 40s is way better than my 20s, and I got.
Well, because you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
you're so insecure as a teenager.
Knows what she's doing. It's something about a grown ass woman, guys.
As a teenager, you're all horny, but it's like neither of us know what we're doing.
Right. Yeah. Even in your 20s or when you're 30, early 30, and you're dating 20-something-year-olds and stuff. The 30s and up, way better, way more fun, way more engaging.
Because like you're still insecure in your 20s too, right?
Yeah.
And you still have like some of that baby fat left. Like, oh God, I was looking at pictures of myself yesterday from my early 20s, and I was like, oh God, I had like the puffy face. So I think like once you're in your 30s, you're just like you're comfortable with your body, you're comfortable with how you look, or you just don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I think.
Women are way more fun in their 30s.
Yeah.
I'm having the best time of my life right now. No, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. No, so what else? What else does good sex consist of? Did we cover all that?
I don't know. I mean, for women, do you have anything else to say? Like, what about like hand jobs? Or like blow jobs?
You wanna know something? Stuff like that depends on the person.
Hand jobs are so awkward. I'm like, do you just want to do this? Because I don't know what I'm doing.
Hand jobs.
No.
I don't really like hand
Some
jobs.
guys do.
I'm not into that.
I know a guy that used to get a lot of hand jobs, and I was like,
Yeah.
why does it always
Why
stop
would
with
I-
a hand job? Why don't you just go further and have sex?
Why
Like,
would I
that's
want
weird.
your hand around when I can have your vagina around?
Or your mouth.
Or your mouth.
It's like,
yeah.
like things you can't do yourself.
Right. Why would I
Yeah,
want a
what
hand?
about blowjobs?
I could do that myself.
What
I
about-
got Pamela and Hannah right here.
Right. righty and lefty.
You know what I'm saying?
What about blowjobs?
What about-
Do you have any, do you like when women give the attention to the balls? Or you got any preferences?
I think me coming from Trinidad and Tobago, the islands, and it was like taboo at first for us.
Did you grow up there?
Yeah, that's where I was born. I left when I was 5 and went back when I was 12.
Okay.
But so on the islands, and you have to study the history of it, but we're taught coming up not to be engaged with oral sex or want it or receive it. So I got into that really, really late. And
that's bad over there?
Yeah, it's like considered bad over there.
Like regular sex is okay?
Regular sex is okay. It's considered bad over there. They even have songs about it.
I didn't know
Beanie Man has a
that.
song about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's considered bad. Now that times have changed, it's more popular now because of the internet and social media.
Yeah.
So now they're doing what the Americans do. So if you go now, it's probably not like that anymore.
Right.
But before social media, before pop culture,
like
got ingrained
dirty.
in there. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's looked at as a dirty. There's literally curse words about that in the islands. Yeah. So I think because of that, I never really was engaged in oral sex like that, giving or receiving.
Yeah.
So I was always more into penetration.
Okay.
But
what about now?
Oh yeah, now. I enjoy it now, but even now I still would much rather penetrate.
But have you had
than
women
oral
who've
sex.
given you like a bad blowjob or like an amazing blowjob? Like, is there?
Oh, definitely. Not bad.
Oh,
all
okay.
amazing.
No, like toothy
I've never
blowjobs or
had
anything?
a bad one.
Okay.
I've never had a bad one.
Okay.
They've all been amazing.
Well, because I feel like some guys, like they like a little hand jerk off. Some like you to like play with the balls. Like I feel like there's
Yeah.
all sorts of different preferences. I didn't know if like you had any preferences.
Nah,
No, all the same.
all the same when it comes to that.
Okay.
But I think it has a lot to do with my culture, like I said.
Yeah.
In America, you're born as a young person talking about that and doing that, learning
Well,
about
it's funny
that.
you say that because I remember when I was in Boston, I bought my car from this guy who was like a friend of a friend. I think he was Armenian or something. It was like a different nationality, and he thought it was disgusting. Like he said, no, it's like if my wife is like eating dirt. Like that's how he saw it. As like
wow.
gross, like
Yeah.
she's in the weeds, like that's disgusting.
Right.
Yeah, I remember him. It was some weird like
Yeah.
flour dirt analogy, and I was like, oh okay.
He probably was from one of those countries that feel the same way about it.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
So, so man, all around, for me, just women, just be engaging and present, and don't be a dead
Do
bed.
you keep dead bed? Yeah.
That's what you call it? Don't be a dead
Do you keep your
bed.
eyes open?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm visual too, so I like to watch everything.
Do women keep their eyes
Which
open?
turns me on even more watching.
I feel like my eyes are always closed.
That's a good question. Do women keep their eyes open? Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
Weird.
Your eyes always closed.
Yeah,
No, we're
'cause I'm in my
keeping our eyes
head.
open Sometimes.
But the guy that couldn't stay hard was like, I looked at you and your eyes were closed. He knew I went somewhere else. And I was like, do people keep their eyes open? That's weird.
You should be focusing. Like, so for me, I'm always focusing on what's happening. Like, how is she responding and this, that, and the other. But as I'm doing that though, if I see I'm having a problem, then I go elsewhere while still doing that, so I could engage and meet you in the middle.
I think what it was
I mean?
was like he was big into energy and being present, and his ex was like a lot older than him. I think she was like 14 years older than him, and she was an energy healer. So they were both big into like energy and being present. So I think he wanted me to be like present the whole time.
Yeah.
And me to get off, I gotta go somewhere else.
Like we talked about.
Yeah. So some people I think have different. I think that weirds them out. I don't think everybody like goes in their head and gets mental during sex.
Right.
So I think you have to find like that right match. Like
Exactly.
if you both kind of.
And sometimes it's just off, and it's not meant for you to have sex with that person.
Yeah, well, that was kind of what broke us because everything else was good, but he was like, I can't get you off. Like he was like freaking himself out, honestly. And I was like, it's okay, we can work at it. But no, I think he felt kind of stupid
Yeah.
because he was like, I can't stay hard, and that's really
Yeah.
embarrassing for a guy.
Oh, it is. It's the hardest moment ever.
Because it's all mental.
And society, I have a note on this. And society, expects us, and the pressure has been put on us from since we were boys to be able to do certain things in the bedroom, right?
Yeah.
So I think that all that added pressure adds to it. So any little thing sets us off, and we're like, you see what I'm saying? Because it's already this added pressure for us to last long, stay hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go for a long time. Make sure you come. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, that's one of the first things I ask is like, hey, what does it take to get you off? Like, we have sex one time and I see that you didn't get off. I'm going to literally ask you that the next time. Like, hey, so what does it take for you to get, I want you to have an orgasm.
But then for us, that's so much pressure because I've had like the guys during sex, it's like, you know, like, let it go from me, let it go from me. Did you come? Did you come? And it's like, I can't if you keep pressuring me.
No, see, I wouldn't even do that. They do it the wrong way.
Right.
So guys, take a note of what you just said. That's not even what I'm talking about.
No, just like leave it alone.
Yeah. See, what I would do is say, hey, I'm not a selfish lover at all. I really want to get into you and find out what it takes to get you there. Because for every woman, it's different. Some women,
don't fake it, ladies.
Right.
You're only cheating yourself.
Yeah.
I don't fake it. I'll just tell them.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to know.
Yeah.
Some women, if you're inside and they're rubbing on you with the clit, that they can come like that.
Yes, and that's what I always tell people. I said, I just have to be on top because of the positioning. That's the only way I can get off. And I tell them I can't if I am drinking or doing drugs, with the exception of weed, because it desensitizes that area.
So that's what I'm asking you. So I want to get you off. So that's stupid. Guys, don't ever be in a bed in the moment asking a woman, are you getting off? But that's the dumbest shit I've heard in my life. Do not do that.
Or like when they do that, if it's just like a one night thing, like afterwards, sometimes they'll be like, so, did you? And I'm like, yeah. Just like, so they don't feel bad.
Yeah. Guys, don't
Guys,
do that.
You'll know if I do, I'll tell you.
Exactly. Don't do that. If you want to make sure your woman or your lady has an orgasm, do it in a very diplomatic, gentle kind of way, like what I'm saying right now. Like, hey, what's your position? Is that thing that so the next time,
and then don't even bring it up.
We can do that.
You know, it's like, just let me get on top and do my thing.
Right.
If I'm close, I'll tell you. If I'm done, I'll tell you. Yeah, but like, because nothing's worse than that pressure, because then you feel like, oh God, I have to hurry up, I have to go, and then it like takes you out of it.
That's the best way to do it. And we're not robots, people. This is not an exact science. Sometimes you may have sex and she may not come, or you may not come. I've had sex with women before and didn't even come.
Yeah.
And we've had sex with, and they're like, you didn't even. Like,
I think I had a guy fake it once, and it's hard for a guy to fake it.
Oh, guys can't fake that.
I was like,
really
where did it go? I think he's lying. It's like phantom.
Yeah, and what's funny is those times when I didn't, it's not that I wasn't turned on, I wasn't having a good time. I was just so engaged, I was able to just hold it. And you know, and what a lot of people don't know is the feeling that wants to make you come is better than coming itself. So if you sustain and don't come, you could walk away and be at the wineries later and still feel like you're having sex.
Interesting. You know what's funny you say that? My sister told me, and this is like really interesting to think about, that like drug addicts, like if you know, you get that high when you're going to get the drugs, when you get it. So the next time you're going to get the drugs, your body is already making that sensation of being high because you know you're about to get it. And so it's almost like you can get high without actually needing the drugs because you build that up. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah. So guys, think about that. The feeling that makes you want to come is better than coming itself. Just think about that for 1 second. Think back last time you had sex. You know what I mean? So you don't have to come every time. It's not about, oh, I gotta come, or you know what I mean? You know, she may not come one time. It's not an exact science.
Sometimes
don't think that it's perfect. So I'm gonna switch over to dating tale before we sign off this episode.
Right.
I have a few from the last month, man. Did you have anything from the last month?
Just the party last weekend. Nothing exciting, but a lot of swingers.
But I'm gonna tell you guys about this one dating tale. So So I went to this Orange County meetup. It's like happy hour. This guy Patrick puts on. So it's a really, really dope group of people. Okay. You know, one weekend Crispy was busy and Mark was
you were looking for some married ladies.
Like, no, not at all. I was like, man, let me see what trouble I can get into. You know, when I first moved to Culver City, I had joined the meetup. Some stuff back there, and I saw my account, and this OC thing popped up. I said, I'm gonna go check this thing out tonight. You know what I'm saying? Went to this OC meetup. It was over at Honey and Hive in by the Irvine Spectrum. Great venues, the top of the Marriott. It's really cool bar and stuff. You could see the whole, you know, the Irvine area and all that. So I meet this one guy, this white guy, and he loves Asian girls. A lot of good-looking Asians in the Irvine area.
Yep.
A lot of them were there, right? My best friend Zach, all he likes are Asians. You know, I've seen him, watched him, counseled him and his Asian girlfriends in the past. That's all he likes. So I know that Asians and whites, they have like this thing.
Asian invasion.
Yeah, a lot of Asian women like white men and vice versa.
Yes.
So these Asian girls come. And the white guy that I happened to meet, he was by himself, I was by myself. He's all over it. Oh, man, you got to be my wingman. These Asian girls come out. I said, you know what, brother? My daughter is part Asian. I'm done, but I'll help you today.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was my first and last Asian,
Right.
and I created a part Asian, so I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these Asian girls come in, and they're good looking. They're all right. So the two that were there say, you know, we have some friends coming. So we said, okay, cool. And I'm talking, vibing, just kind of mixing and mingling because I didn't want my new friend I just met to feel like he's by himself.
Okay.
So three more come. And one out of the three, she is bad as a motherfucker. When I say bad as a motherfucker, when this woman walked in, they were meeting the two that we were talking to. And I tell Neil, I go, dude, she's the baddest girl in here.
She had a mohawk?
And I'm not even gonna try because they all like white men. So shoot your shot. That's what I said. But he was already talking to one of her friends.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm vibing, minding my own business.
When you say bad, just like badass, like super hot kind of.
She was super hot.
Like Rihanna badass?
Super hot.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God, this woman is gorgeous.
Okay.
Asian.
Why do you say
Korean.
bad?
No, that's just a term.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
bad means good.
Like badass.
No. Bad actually means good.
Okay.
So Rach, I'm not paying it no attention at all. And guys, this story is a great story to never underestimate yourself and your work. That's why I'm telling this story.
Right.
So I'm not paying any attention. I'm like, there's no way this chick is gonna talk to me. I'm focusing elsewhere. I'm at the meetup talking to this hot ass Romanian girl. I'm talking to this other girl over here from Persia. I ain't paying this chick no attention
So
whatsoever.
she liked you because you were the only guy probably not looking at her, right?
Nah, listen to this. Oh. So, you know, I'm there with Neil. He's talking to her friends. I'm talking. Start talking to her. Like, yeah. I'm like, this girl's giving me some action. I'm like, no, she ain't. Wow, this Asian girl like me, which is so stupid, but that's what I was thinking. Because I'm so used to them talking to white men.
Right.
I'm like, this girl ain't gonna like me. So I'm seeing all these IOIs, indicators of interest, if you listen to our show. I'm like, okay, this girl is interested. Holy shit. And I'm Rach, in the moment, I'm shocked. I'm like, nah, but I'm gonna roll with this anyway. So I'm talking, we exchange Instagram and stuff. So everybody planned to go meet up at Mesa after, you know, which is like one of the hottest restaurants, clubs in Costa Mesa.
Okay.
Everybody goes there. It's really, really cool. So we all plan to go to Mesa after, like a bunch of people from the meetup ends up going there. So I'm talking to her before I go. Her and her friends go talk to some other guys. I go and talk to that Romanian girl. And we leave, and as I'm leaving, two other girls jump in my car to ride to Mesa.
Okay.
So I get to Mesa. I'm dancing with the other girls. I told her and a friend I would like get them a drink. And this girl's married, by the way, too.
The hot Asian?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's married, but I didn't know. I found out later.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we get to Mesa. She's like, who are you talking to? And she's asking me all these questions. I'm like, who'd you ride with? I'm like, these some two girls that was at the meetup. They just rode with me. I'm not with them, no. So I did what I promised and I got them a drink, her and her friend. And I'm chilling by myself. I said, I'm just vibing because I didn't want to sweat her. Next thing you know, this girl comes on the dance floor, dancing with me, kissing all over me. Everybody at Mesa was like, what the fuck? Who is this black dude with this Asian girl? She was literally the hottest girl in the club.
I love how I said, she liked you because you weren't paying her any attention. He goes, no. And then he keeps
I don't
going.
think that was it. I don't know. I mean,
because if she's used to getting everybody looking at her and you're the one not looking at her,
I wasn't sweating.
We like that.
I literally went and got her the drinks, gave it to her friend, and walked back over and talked to the other girls.
Wait,
literally. That's what I
not
did.
the married girl?
Yeah, no, I talked to some other ones. And then when they left, I went to the dance floor
okay.
and she met me on the dance floor.
Okay.
Out the blue, and I was shocked.
Okay.
This woman looks 25. I find out she's 38, 2 kids. when I show you a picture of this woman, you can be like, she's how old? She looks 25.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
2 kids, married. She actually tells me, yeah, my husband, I'm just not into him.
Yeah. Well, a lot of Asian women and black women age very well.
Yeah.
You know, like they have good skin.
She goes, I'm not into my husband. I go, okay, that's interesting. We're dancing, kissing all night. Her friends are like, okay, because they all know she's married.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't know what she's used to, but that actually ended up being a very interesting night because, guys, the reason why I told this story is
Like, so what happened?
it's not saying what happened. We didn't have sex. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't?
No, we just kissed all night and danced all night, and we were both pouring sweat, and then we.
All right. So what's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is don't underestimate yourself. Just don't think someone's not going to like you based on race or color or whatever the hell.
Yeah, I always like the one guy in the room who's not checking me out. You know, I think.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen often. That's like a fluke, man. That doesn't happen too often.
Okay.
It doesn't. Where the hottest girl in the room wants to talk to you. Okay. It doesn't happen often. Yeah. So my homeboy Zach, who only dates Asian, he's like, Shakur, what are you talking about? You're a good looking guy. What do you expect? You think just because she's Asian, she's not going to talk? I'm like, Zach, you know they like white boys. That's what I said.
Not always.
90% of the Asian women like white men.
All right. Well, we're going to do a separate episode on types because I don't think people actually have types, and he disagrees with me. But someday.
And you want to know what's funny? Before she came, the other guy I was talking to, she goes, yeah, I'm married, I have a kid. I said, is he white? And she was so embarrassed to say yes. I said, it's okay. I know that's you guys' type.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, I know. We have I said, I knew he was white.
Yeah.
You could literally call it when it's a hot Asian.
But a lot of white men also like Asian women too. That's what
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go
crazy for each other.
They say Asian men and black women are the ones that have the hardest time dating, and a lot of times they date each other. I've actually met a lot of black women that were married to Asian men.
Oh, because they're both races keep swapping on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, the moral of that story was, man, don't ever underestimate yourself, because that's what I ended up doing, and it was a big mistake. You know what I mean? And now, so then she stopped talking to me because she saw me post a picture on Instagram with another girl. So then...
Yeah, I would advise you not to do that.
I'll do it as much as I want. I'm posting everything. Workouts, films, TV. Girl, I don't care about that.
Yeah,
but... If I'm not in a relationship, I don't care.
Yeah, but you...
My friends say the same thing.
Yeah, because I've seen your posts, and I'm like, if I saw you posting pictures with all of these different girls, I'd be like, oh, he's a player, and I wouldn't talk to you.
Perfect. Perfect. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But yeah, she stopped talking to me when she saw those pictures, but she just started talking to me again today. She goes, so I see you have a new lady. That's what she said.
Oh.
I said, no, I don't have a new lady. It's just friends. She's like, oh, okay. I'm like,
well, she can't really say anything if she's married.
What's the point? You're married anyway. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Anyway, I have a better dating tale for the next show. That was just some fun stuff because it was just a lesson I wanted to teach.
Okay.
It was just a lesson.
But I think you might have got her because you played it cool.
You think so?
Yeah, I think the opposite of what you're thinking. I think you should not go for it. And
you think? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it was other guys there too that could have done that.
Yeah, but everyone's staring at her. If you're not,
yeah,
that probably works.
And I wasn't, because I was like, there's no way she's gonna talk to me.
Yeah.
And not because of how I look, because they like white men. So I had that in my head the whole time.
I always like the guy everyone wants who's like not checking me out. Yeah. Yeah.
I ended up
challenge.
sleeping with a Playboy playmate because of that. I swear to God.
Name dropper.
She literally told me, I came to talk to you because you're the only one in the club not sweating me. My friend that I went to the party with, knew who she was. I didn't even know who she was. I'm like, who is this?
Exactly.
I'm like, I don't know who she is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll actually pull
Yeah,
up
I don't want the guy who
that.
tries too hard. I want the guy who doesn't try at all.
She literally told me that. She said, because you wouldn't pay me no attention.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yep. That was a good time. That was the first and only Playboy playmate I've ever slept with. That was a really good time. I ain't gonna lie.
I went to the mansion.
The fact that she was a playmate too, that made it even better. Yeah. You know, because guys have fantasies. Who doesn't want to fuck a Playboy playmate?
Yeah, I get it.
So I've been there, done that. Thank God. You ready to sign off? I'm gonna show you her when we sign off. I'll show you who it is.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways, that's our show, Rach?
That's it.
That went long, huh? I don't know. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Monday. It's Imani, Shakur, and Rachel K. Burke. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Hopefully we gave you some insight on what good sex consists of.
I think so.
And some of the things men and women both look out for.
Yeah.
Remember, we're exposing the truth and broadcasting the lies. rptalktruth@gmail.com. And we'll see you guys next week. That right?
Yep.
That's it. Peace. Bye.
Bye.
Have some good sex.